Hi everyone, I'm Eva, a nurse at Memorial Hospital. I've dedicated my life to helping others, but now I'm the one who needs support. Life wasn't always this messy. 5 years ago, when I married Derek, I thought I found my soulmate. He was charming, successful, and made me feel like I was his world. But that dream didn't last long, especially once his sister, Rita, became a constant presence. "You're skipping dinner again?" "That's the third time this month," I said, leaning against the kitchen counter as Derek grabbed his keys. "Rita needs help setting up her new TV. You know she's hopeless with tech," he replied casually. "She's 38, not 80. There's you two for that." "Don't start, Vic. She's family." That's how it always went. Rita called, and Derek dropped everything. Last week, it was curtains during my birthday dinner. The week before, an entire Sunday spent rearranging her furniture. "I don't think this is right," Eva, Marina, my best friend, said during a lunch break at the hospital. "Derek barely lets you see your family anymore. He says they're too critical of our relationship," I muttered. "Because they see what's happening," James, my coworker, added, flipping through patient charts. "Remember when he made you skip your sister's baby shower because Rita had a dating crisis? And it wasn't just Rita. His mother, Jane, was in on it too. Rita just needs her brother, dear. You should be more understanding," Jane said at dinner one night, handing me a bowl of potatoes. "That was 3 years ago," I said, my patience wearing thin. "Family comes first, Eva," Jane replied, while Rita smirked, clinging to Derek's arm. "Right, baby brother." Later that night, as Derek spent hours on the phone with Rita, I tried to suggest visiting my parents. "Your mom always gives Rita these looks," he said dismissively. "I don't like how your family treats her." "They treat her the way she treats me," I shot back. "There you go again, jealous of my sister. She needs me." Standing in front of the bedroom mirror, I barely recognized myself. The spark in my eyes was gone, replaced by exhaustion. Marina's earlier words echoed. "You're becoming a ghost of yourself." Now, as I sit at the nurse's station during my night shift, I watch Derek's phone light up with yet another text from Rita, some emergency about a garbage disposal. I used to believe marriage meant being someone's priority. In Derek's world, it's a competition with his sister, and I'm always losing. "You know this isn't normal, right?" James said quietly, dropping a patient file on my desk. I nodded slowly, realizing he was right. But admitting that meant facing the cracks in my marriage, and I wasn't sure I was ready. Hours later, driving home through a downpour, my thoughts spiraled as fast as the rain blurred my windshield. Then it happened. A truck veered into my lane. My car spun violently, crashing into the guardrail. "Derek, please pick up," I begged, leaving yet another voicemail. My ribs throbbed and my hands trembled. 911. "What's your emergency?" "I'm on Highway 27 near exit 43. Please hurry," I gasped. As I waited for the ambulance, tears blurred my vision. Derek's voicemail greeted me every time I called. Desperate, I texted Marina. "Eva, I'm on my way," she replied immediately, her voice cracking when she called me back. 4 hours later, lying in a hospital bed with a concussion and 3 broken ribs, I finally got a text from Derek. "Sorry, helping Rita move her bedroom set." "What's up? What's up? What's up?" James was checking my vitals when Derek finally arrived, 5 hours after the accident. "Baby, I'm so sorry," he said, his voice dripping with guilt. "Rita really needed help with the move. You know how her back gets." "I could have died, Derek." "Don't be so dramatic. The doctor said you'll be fine." "I got here faster than you, and I was in Boston on business," Marina interrupted, her phone discreetly recording everything. Moments later, Rita burst into the room, her dramatic entrance making the moment about herself. "Oh my God, Derek, I feel terrible." "If I'd known Eva was hurt, I would have let you check your phone," she exclaimed. "I've been so stressed about this move, I'm probably going to need anxiety medication now." "It's okay, sis, Eva's fine," Derek assured her. "Just a few bruises, broken ribs, and a concussion." "Actually," James interjected, making notes on my chart, "those injuries are quite serious." "See, she's in good hands," Derek replied dismissively, turning his full attention back to Rita. "So, about that living room set." I lay there in pain, helpless and watching. Marina squeezed my hand and subtly showed me her phone. "I've been documenting everything for when you're ready," she whispered. This isn't love, honey. That night, as I drifted in and out of consciousness, I overheard Derek in the hallway. No, Rita, of course I'm not mad at you. Yes, I can help you arrange the furniture tomorrow. Eva? The doctors say she's fine. Just being dramatic, as usual. When James came in to check on me during his shift change, he leaned in close. I've documented everything in your medical records, the delayed emergency contact response, the timestamps, everything. Marina's got it all recorded, too. For the first time, something inside me hardened. When Marina visited the next day, I asked her to bring me a voice-activated recorder. Bring it tomorrow, I whispered. I'm done being the understanding wife. As I recovered at home, I started combing through our financial records. The first red flag was the joint account, thousands of dollars missing every month. A pattern emerged: Rita's car payments, Rita's rent, Rita's emergency fund. Hey, babe, what's this $5,000 transfer to Rita last week? I asked casually over dinner. Oh, she needed help with some bills. You know how tough things are for her. Tough enough to need $45,000 this year alone. You're counting my money now. Real nice, Eva. That night, I called Marina. You won't believe what I found. Girl, I've got something too, Marina said. Remember Lisa from Derek's office? She told me Rita did the same thing with Derek's ex-fiancée, Jennifer. Convinced him Jennifer was cheating, she wasn't. Let me guess. Rita made it all up. Exactly. She's been playing this game for years. The next day, James introduced me to his sister Rachel. I'm a divorce attorney, Rachel said, sliding her card across the table. James told me everything. Keep that recorder running. And I did. Every dismissive comment, every questionable financial decision, every gaslighting conversation. The recordings revealed everything. I don't know why you're making such a big deal about the accident, Derek's voice played back. Rita needed me. At a family dinner, Rita sneered. My brother deserves so much better. Ava's just not family material. The worst came from our neighbor Amy. Derek told everyone at the block party that you're unstable, that you make up emergencies for attention. Marina helped me set up a hidden email account to store everything, photos of bank statements, text messages, and recordings. I even captured Derek and Rita laughing about my accident. She always exaggerates, Derek chuckled. Probably barely a fender bender, Rita added, her voice dripping with contempt. I played the perfect wife while collecting evidence. Of course, Rita can borrow more money, honey. I'd say with a smile. But behind the scenes, I was building my case. This is a clear pattern of emotional and financial abuse, Rachel said during one of our secret lunch meetings. The recordings of him downplaying your accident? Gold. How much longer do I need to pretend? I asked. Just a little more. We're building an airtight case. That night, Derek skipped dinner again. Rita needed help picking paint colors. I kissed him goodbye and smiled. Take all the time you need, I said sweetly. Little did he know, every word, every missing dollar, every moment he chose Rita over me was another nail in the coffin of our marriage. The perfect wife was keeping perfect records. I waited until Derek left for another one of Rita's emergencies before making my move. The divorce papers were ready, my new apartment secured, and every piece of evidence safely stored in multiple locations. You've been served. The process server caught Derek at his office. His panicked calls started immediately. What is this? Are you crazy? Check your email, I replied calmly. I've documented everything. That same week, Rita's perfectly orchestrated world began to crumble. Someone tipped off the IRS about her years of unreported income. Those endless loans from Derek? Turns out she'd been running a small business under the table, dodging taxes along the way. Did you know about this? Derek screamed into the phone. They're auditing me because of Rita. As if that wasn't enough, his company launched its own investigation. They discovered Derek had been embezzling funds to support Rita's lavish lifestyle. Watching him being escorted out of his office, humiliated and defeated, was surreal. Divorce court was a masterpiece. My lawyer presented everything: the recordings, financial records, and medical documents from the accident. Mr. Thompson, can you explain why you gave your sister $45,000 while your wife was in the hospital? Derek couldn't explain. He couldn't explain anything. 2 years later, I'm sitting in my office, the name Eva Thompson, Head nurse proudly displayed on the door. Life looks very different now. Rita is serving 3 years for tax evasion and fraud. Derek, he lost his job, his reputation, and most of his money to Rita's legal fees. Last week, he showed up at the hospital. Eva, please, he begged. I've changed. Rita's in prison. I've lost everything. I need you. Like I needed you when I was lying in a ditch after that accident. I asked, my voice cold. That was different. No, it wasn't. Goodbye, Derek. I watched him shuffle away, broken and alone. Meanwhile, I'm thriving. I've got a Caribbean cruise booked next month, a promotion on the horizon, and friends who have my back. Marina and I had lunch yesterday. Remember when you thought you couldn't live without him? She said, laughing. Now I can't imagine living with him, I replied. The karma train hit the Thompson siblings hard. Rita writes to Derek, begging for commissary money he doesn't have. Their mother had to sell her house to cover legal fees. And me? I'm flourishing. Sometimes, the best revenge is living well and watching karma do its thing. To anyone stuck in a toxic relationship, document everything, know your worth, and don't be afraid to walk away. The view is much better on the other side. Another donation to the domestic violence shelter, James asked as he saw me writing a check. Yeah, I replied, smiling. Someone helped me get out. It's time to pay it forward. That's my story, from gaslighted wife to empowered survivor. Derek and Rita can keep their toxic family dynamic, behind bars, and broke. If you discovered your spouse prioritized their siblings' non-emergencies over your actual emergencies, what would you do? Would you try to fix the relationship first, or would you start planning your escape? Where would you draw the line? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If my story resonated with you, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more real-life stories about overcoming toxic relationships. Your support means everything.